Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new episode here in Space Engineers. This is Ragnar, episode 5 in our Let's Play series, and I am here in the wee hours of the morning. The sun is about to peak just up over the hillside there, and we've got an ambitious plan for today, folks. So what I really am hoping to accomplish here is I want to take all of this stuff, all this machinery that we don't necessarily need to interact with on a regular basis. I want to move it down here, down out of the way. We'll dig out some space underneath the base and build a little workstation down there. We're going to contain probably a few extra refineries. Those refineries I'm hoping to specialize. So right now what we've got is a bunch of effectiveness modules, which just gives us more refined material per ore, and that will be ideal for things like uranium and gold and silver. But then we can have other refineries that are more specialized for productivity, just to crank the stuff out that we need. And that'll be good for ores like iron, for example, which already gives you a lot of material per collected ore. So they'll crank that stuff right out when we got a big building project in mind, which is coming up. I am itching to get out into space because I know that it's only been, well, this is the 5th episode for you guys, but for me it's been well over a month since I started this series, and as far as I'm used to playing through a lot quicker than that, making a lot more progress. So aside from that, we're going to move all that stuff down there, and I want to get into hydrogen tanks. So we want to start building up our stock of hydrogen so that we can embark on the process of building a ship that is going to take us up into the space. And then we can start collecting the really rare ores, such as platinum, for example. Well, really, platinum is the only one that we can't get down here. But I'm dying to get that elite welder, that elite grinder, and the elite drill, because they'll just speed things up for me, and I can make a lot more progress for you guys, and it'll be a win-win for both of us. Now, the other mission. We need a shelter here. This is kind of a sad little base. It's just a platform. We've got everything that we really need, but, you know, I want to look a little bit more established. I want it to feel a bit more like home, since this is our Earth-like planet. So I'm thinking we'll leave this landing pad out in the open here, and we'll kind of box it in. So a building that goes sort of in an L shape that way. So all that stuff is going to be gone, and we'll have the stuff that we need to interact with everything downstairs without necessarily having to go down there. We can fly our ship in, connect up the connector, we'll drop everything off, and we'll run inside, jump in our control seat, and we'll move everything around as we need it, without having all this stuff obstructing our view, and we'll have something a little bit prettier, a little more homey feeling. You know, maybe some big glass windows on this side so we can watch the sunrise, we can look out, we can see the planets, and I'm really liking that idea. Also, one thing worth mentioning, I did knock out this tree that was over here, and someone was really helpful in the comments. They let me know that all you really got to do to knock out a tree like that is get out your drill, and maybe I'll do one real quick for you guys. I'm gonna pick one a little further from the base though, because I like having a few trees around. But yeah, all you really need to do is get out your drill, go to the base of the tree, and knock out the stone right underneath. There you go, the tree is gone, and that's what we did up there. So we've got a little bit more space. It's a little bit more open for us, and yeah, so I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna start laying out a basic structure, kind of an outline for what we want for this upper part of the base here, and we'll also start digging out underneath so that we can start making space for these guys, for the assemblers. You know, we'll keep the medical room upstairs because we're going to need access to that regularly, and we'll put yeah, maybe the reactor. I kind of like the idea of seeing the reactor just because it's a cool looking machine, but I do want to upgrade. This is a little baby one, And once we start getting all those extra refineries in, we're going to need a little bit more power to keep the whole thing juiced up. So maybe we'll build a big old reactor somewhere in the corner here. But we'll see how it plays out and see how it looks. If it looks good, we'll go with it. If not, maybe we'll try something else. Maybe it ends up downstairs. But for now, I will come back to you when I've got some things done, something to show for you. And yeah, we'll see you in a bit. And we're back. And guys, I've been doing some work. Big reveal? Yeah. So we've got a structure kind of laid out here. I'm going to be tinkering with the design here. I'm not entirely satisfied with it, but I've got some basic ideas laid out. You could see we've got a couple of doors here. Those are preliminary placements. I don't know if that's permanent, but we have also some bay doors here. I'm thinking that we want some indoor workspace so we can build whatever we need to build. Practical ships, fun ships, all sorts of ships. And we're going to be able to fly them right out these doors, or maybe just a wheeled vehicle. Yeah. We could have doors on this side as well and drive it right out, but I mean, who doesn't want an enormous jump? Drive it right out. Actually, if I'm honest with you, I've never built a wheeled vehicle in this game. I hear that the physics are atrocious, but we will find that out together, I suppose. And also, you can see I've got a downstairs going on. I just want to show you how much digging we've been doing. We have dug out quite a lot down here. And there's still a lot to go. But the good thing is we'll have a lot of interior space to work with. And I've also got a big reactor in. I'm thinking it's kind of neat to have a little walkway. We can walk around this guy. We can access it as we need. Not that we will, because it'll be all hooked up and automatically receiving uranium from the refineries. But those obviously still need to move downstairs. I didn't want to disassemble everything and end up in a situation where we needed some things assembled and we couldn't move our materials around and all that jazz. But yeah, we've been doing some serious digging down here, and it's cool. We're definitely going to have a good amount of interior space. And I'm also thinking, and let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, about having maybe a secondary platform down here, because eventually we do need a very large ship, because we're going to be leaving Earth. We're going to want to bring pretty much everything that we've got to spare with us, and we'll need a space to build it because it will not fit inside. There's no way. It's going to be our mobile home away from home, and you need a lot of space and you need a lot of storage to keep all that stuff in there. But I'm kind of liking how this thing is coming out. Just a little bit of work on the details to get fully satisfied. But your opinion matters too, so yeah, let me know down in the comment section if you have any opinions on the style here. We could do probably a little bit of work on the colors as well. Right now it's kind of just gray and black. It's a nice accent, but we could do with a little bit more to look at besides just some really bright colored machines and black and white base. But yeah, I'm really liking this. We got this. This is going to be a big old window here, so we can look out. That's where the sunrise is there, and we can see the planets. Maybe some catwalks here. I haven't really decided on that. Maybe just a glass panel so we can walk over and we can look down and see the reactor. But yeah, I'm liking the way that this is coming out. But we've got a lot more work to do still here, obviously. I've got to grind all of this material out and move that guy around. And I'm thinking the conveyors also. I like the idea of hidden conveyors just because, I don't know, when you try to hook everything up, like if you place the machines where you like them, where you find them aesthetically pleasing in the base, and then you try to hook everything up, then it kind of ruins the aesthetics. So maybe underground, maybe in the walls. We'll see what makes most sense. And yeah, but overall, I'm liking this. I'm liking the way it's looking. It's a good look. Yeah. it looks like home. It looks like somebody lives here. And, you know, that's good. But, yeah, I'm going to keep working here. And we'll bring you back when we've got a little bit more progress. Hopefully I'm going to be moving these machines down there. But, yeah, truth be told, I'm not 100% sure that we're going to get this whole thing finished in this episode. Because, you know, when you start a project and you're like, oh, yeah, I can do that. No problem. And then you start doing it and you're like, oh, my God. And then you get like a couple hours in, you're like, what have I done? Why did I promise that? But we're gonna do our best to at least encapsulate all this stuff and move some machines downstairs, and maybe start working on expanding our capacity for refining and all of that jazz. So when we come back, I'll show you a little bit more progress, hopefully. And yeah, we'll see you in a little bit. And we're back, guys. Under the cover of darkness. We've been doing a little bit of work. You can see we've torn out the refinery, we've torn out the assembler, and moved everything downstairs. And also, I've finished the downstairs. Right now, it's just a simple box, but it's got everything that we need. And we've got a little bit of an upgrade going on too, compared to what we had before. So you can see we have 2 large storage containers now that is likely going to exceed all the storage that we need for the immediate future. I did put the assembler back in, and I added an extra component on the back there. You can see it's a productivity module. Worth mentioning, productivity modules do increase the power that is required to run each individual machine, but we're being a little greedy with our power here. So we've got the large reactor, and we've got this array of refineries, which I'm very excited about. So just to give you kind of a feel for what I'm thinking here, since we're going ham with the uranium, we don't care so much about using too much power. I haven't used any power efficiency modules at all. So what we're really interested in is making ore really quickly. That's what this guy is for, and you can see we've got productivity modules all up the side of that. So that's going to be designated specifically for ores like stone and iron and silicon. The ores that generally produce a lot of refined material per unit of ore. And then these 2 refineries are going to be designated for the material. Oh, I just realized that those are facing... Oh, wait, no. They're facing the same way. I get a little OCD about that sort of stuff. It drives me crazy if those things aren't, if things don't all line up. Speaking of OCD, I mean, honestly, downstairs here, I'm not in love with it. Okay, if I had a bit more time, and we will have time in the future, I might want to reseed a lot of this stuff into the walls and give this place a little bit more shape other than just being a square box. But it serves our purpose for now, and it's definitely going to give us a lot more capacity over what we had before. I do still want to have some sort of opening here, maybe some hangar doors like I started to put in upstairs, and some sort of chute that goes out to maybe another platform or something. But it would be cool if we have enough space down here, which I think we do. We can work on some ships, and we've got everything that we need right here, all the ores and stuff, and all the storage containers. So yeah, another thing, I did connect these 2 sides up. Everything is connected, so you can move things in between them. And like I was saying before, what I did was I ran conveyor tubes onto the floor here. They link up here, and then they go across here. And they come up in the back, which we'll take a peek at. So yeah, they come up through the back there, and they come across there. So the idea is we have a connector up here, right? Goes to our landing platform right in the middle of the H. And that's going to come down to this conveyor. And what this guy is, in case you don't know, this is a conveyor sorter. The cool thing about conveyor sorters, and I've already set this guy up, is that you can do things called blacklisting and whitelisting. Now I've whitelisted this conveyor sorter to push iron ore, silicon ore, and stone ore through to this refinery specifically. And that's just because those materials give you a lot for what you've collected. And then these guys are specifically, as I said before, for the slower refining ores that don't give you quite as much, but because we have all these effectiveness modules, we should get something on the order of like 120% or so of the materials that you would otherwise get. So, while I've got you guys with me, I just wanted to take you through the process here of setting this system up. Unfortunately, because of where our connector on the top fell down here, I can't put a sorter right here and then just a couple of tubes connecting up these two guys. So I'm going to get a little bit funky with this, but the important thing, and let me just go into first person mode really quick. The important thing here is the arrow is pointing in the direction of the materials directions as they go through the system. So we'll face this guy out the back like so. And we'll weld her up. We need a little more interior plates. Come to me, interior plates. Alright. So that's facing out the back. So we'll have to come around the corner and connect it up that way. So, nope. Finish welding first. Alright, that's all good. Now we will put a pipe. Turn it in the direction that we need. Yeah. So I don't want to put a conveyor here because if I do that, then that's just going to bypass this whole system. So I'm going to have tubes that go all the way out to it, which means we're going to want a conveyor. Oop, conveyor. There we go. And of course the the word has to be facing up. Otherwise, it would be inadequate. Interior plates. Let's just take 100 of those. Weird displays. Let's just load up on stuff in case we run out. Ooh, I hope I have enough small steel tubes. Get those. And we might run out of small steel tubes, but we'll do the best we can. Oh, right here. We're good. We already made them. Okay. So, conveyor. Weld that baby up. And then we're going to want straight tube. Curved tube. Oh, wrong one. Boom. 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 And bear with me. Alright. Alright, so we are out of construction components. And we need some more small steel tubes. Yep. Alright, let's go to production. I'll just make 100 of those. And if you don't know, I just hit shift click, which automatically makes 100. And we need construction components, which I believe... Oh, we're down to 136. That'll probably be enough for this, but we're finally burning up what we had left from tearing down the ship and all the surplus that I've made for other projects. More construction components. Alright. Let's just make a lot of those. 1,000. And believe it or not, this is pretty quick. It would be considerably slower if it hadn't been for the fact that we had put all those modules on there. Keep going. Alright. That should be, hopefully, enough. So we can complete this system, and then we can... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Alright. Alright. Green? Green. We're good. Alright. So, as I said, this conveyor sorter is already set up, but we'll set this last guy up together as we're getting towards the end of the episode here. So we'll go whitelist, and we want all of the rare ores. So definitely cobalt ore. We'll add that guy. Gold ore for sure. And magnesium ore, definitely want to add that guy. Nickel ore, for sure, gonna add that one. Let's see what else we need. Uranium, we need platinum, and we need silver. So platinum, might be a little while before we use that. Silver, and uranium. There we go. Okay, so that guy should be all set up. Right? The block is on. Okay. Alright. So we should be good. So yeah, everything that we drop off from our ship is going to go through that sorting system. And really the only things that we are going to be dropping off are going to be the ores. And it'll sort out the ores as we want. That's fantastic. Alright. Well, I'm sad to cut this short before we've really finished, but guys, I've got a couple days into this build, and honestly, I'm kind of falling into the same trap that I did back in my Minecraft days, which was, you know, digging out the earth and building on the inside. It feels natural, like kind of easy in a way. But building exteriors, man, it's tough. It's tough because I am of the mindset where I have to have everything planned out. You know, I need to have a plan in place, know exactly what I'm doing, and God help you if you try to deviate me from that plan. I will not be happy about it. But I'm trying to just go with the flow and see where the build takes me, and this might take a little bit. It might take a little while, maybe a couple of episodes before we come back to this to finish upstairs, but the important stuff that we need is all functional. It's all down here. We can assemble whatever we need. We got plenty of storage. We got a really large reactor, and we've got all of these fantastic refineries moving all at once. Next episode, we'll probably start off by putting in a control station. That way we can just kind of come down and sit here and see what's going on. We also need to connect up our oxygen generator and healing station, or rather medical room, to the system, which it is not currently hooked up. But I haven't really decided exactly how I want to do that yet. So I'll toss around some ideas and see where it takes me, but I think we got a lot accomplished today. I'm happy with the results. Hopefully you guys are as well. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like. The support is definitely appreciated. But as always, this has been Ragnar. Thank you guys so much for watching.